Talk Red Wing hockey coming up at 7:02. An injury in this critical stretch upcoming before the Olympic break. How does it change their philosophy with the trade deadline? Jim Costa, John Jansen, Heather Park. We got Greg behind the glass. Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us today on a Tuesday. 2 Grand Slam in less than an hour. 7:25. Your chance to win $2,000. John, a lot of these NFL head coaching jobs are on pause because teams are still playing. Right, like the Raiders haven't hired a coach. The Bills haven't hired a coach. They got started a little later. The Browns job is one of the more bizarre jobs still open in the NFL. I don't know how much you followed this.
Well, everyone's opting out.
Yeah, like guys are just saying no. So Mike McDaniel said, I don't want to interview for this. I'd rather be an offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Chris Shula said, no thanks, not even going to bother.
Right.
Grant Udinsky?
Yeah.
He wasn't even on most people's radar. He's a 30-year-old OC in Jacksonville. Keep in mind, Liam Cohen runs the offense. So I'm like, how's this guy even... Apparently,
I'd rather stay there.
He goes, yeah, I'm pulling out of the Browns head coaching search.
He's actually still interviewing for the Bills job.
Right. So what is going on with Cleveland? Well, then you dig a little deeper. Tom Pelissero was on the Rich Eisen show, and he said the Browns search, which they've run a number of times, is unlike any other in the NFL. It plays to certain types of candidates that are data-driven. They are a data-driven operation in Cleveland. They spend an extraordinary amount of time gathering data on coaching candidates. John, you're talking about a personality test, about writing an essay, completing homework assignments, going into both the first and second rounds of interviews, in addition to being the Cleveland Browns. What do you make of this job opening that nobody wants?
So I don't know everything that goes into an NFL head coaching search. And if you're interviewing, for example, a John Harbaugh, I don't think you're doing the essays, the personality tests, and all those different things. And maybe that's not normal throughout the rest of the NFL. I don't know what level of normalcy this, or where it falls in a level of normalcy. But at some point, they need a head coach. And I know that Jim Schwartz has interviewed for it. I'm curious as to, if he was already on staff, did they make him do all these things again?
I don't know.
Or what? And he has said if he's not named the head coach, then he doesn't want to stay as defensive coordinator. But you also have a voice of the players. That's kind of another wrinkle in this, because especially the defensive guys have all said, we love playing for Jim Schwartz. We want him to be the next head coach. And ultimately, they may default to him.
Because he's the only guy who'll take the job.
But is that really the best path? Because he was already there, and they were not a great team. Now, he wasn't the one that was calling anything offensively, and we all know that was the staff that was fired. But on top of it, you still have Deshaun Watson on the books. What's going on with that? You've got Shadur. You've got, 4 different quarterbacks and no answer, plus the albatross that is the contract of Deshaun Watson. What's the path to a starting quarterback?
Yep. It's as messy a situation. Guys are saying, I'd rather be coordinators. I don't even want to interview. No, thank you. I'm not jumping through all your stupid hoops that apparently make this job unique. Again, I'm going on Pelissero's reporting that this is extra unique what Cleveland's doing. And the only guy that seemingly wants a job is the DC they don't want to hire.
It's bizarre for a franchise that has been bizarre for a long time. And how long does it take? Because there's a lot of other individuals that are waiting for, like we have mentioned for the Detroit Lions defensive staff, are they going to pick off some of those assistants if they're not staying with Jim Schwartz?
Well, just use him as the domino. Like, if he gets the Cleveland head coaching job, he probably keeps a lot of those guys from his defensive staff. If he doesn't get the head coaching job and he's like, I'm just out of Cleveland, I think he makes a lot of sense if Buffalo hires an offensive coach to hire Jim Schwartz as their DC, or if the Raiders hire an offensive head coach to hire Jim Schwartz as their DC. I mean, hell, we talked about it from Detroit's standpoint. We're probably not going to get Jim Schwartz in a cushy high-level
defensive assistant.
But it could be someone from his tree or someone that gets shaken loose from a different coaching tree. It's the game of dominoes that still has to get sorted out. We can just blame Cleveland for some of the holdup.
And some of it is just because, and we talk about the quarterback situation, a Deshaun Watson contract, it's also individuals that just don't simply want to work for. You have assistant coaches, and we've talked about this all the time. How much are they willing to pay? Because if you pay me enough, then I'll take a terrible job. But it may be the only shot you get at a head coaching job. Do you want your head coaching future to be determined by you took the money grab and never get to be a head coach again because you're destroyed by a terrible organization?
They're really challenging the notion that there's only 32 of these jobs. Like, that is the thing most people will say. Hey, Jacksonville OC that no one's ever heard of. You're a 30-year-old Johnny-come-lately. Who are you to be turning down an NFL head coaching job? It's one of only 32. The Browns are putting that to the test because guys are saying, well, I don't want that on my resume, that stench, if I get fired after a year or two. Mike McDaniel's not gambling on his next and maybe only other shot to be a head coach. Guys are saying this is so bad that this is like career suicide to take the Browns head coaching job.
You never want to have that Brown stench on you.
Right. This is true. Yes. I mean, the jokes write themselves.
248-539-9797 is our phone number if you want to react to anything we're talking about.
However, if you do take the job, you get to inherit a rookie quarterback that is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, you mentioned Shedeur Sanders. That's Pro Bowler Shedeur Sanders. How absurd is this?
It's completely beyond the realm of reality. Like, what are we doing? And I mean, so it's Josh Allen. Who's the other starting quarterback for the AFC?
So the original three that were named were May, who's in the Super Bowl.
Right, so he's out.
Allen and Herbert, who I believe are dealing with some injuries.
Right.
So this has opened up several spots. I think you'd have to go 15 deep before I'd pick Shedeur Sanders.
Or just not pick another one. It's a flag football game. All right, so we only go into it with one quarterback. And that quarterback is just going to be, stand out there for 4 quarters of a flag football game and toss the ball around. I think you should just say, you know what, normally we take 3 guys, and this year we're only going to take 2. We're only going to take 1. Mm-hmm. Or in the future, how about we just cancel the game? How about we just don't have a flag football game? And I know that because it's the NFL, it still gets 7 to 8 million viewers, and it's the broadcast companies are still gonna pay for it. Yep. But in regards to having, like, originally it was Tyler Huntley. That's the guy that we always joke about because Lamar Jackson couldn't go. He was a starter for a large part of that one season, and they said, okay, well, Tyler Huntley. I can get behind that more than I can Shedeur Sanders. It's an absolute abomination.
When you break this down by the numbers and take a lot of the media polarization of his last name and his dad and his draft position and Mel Kiper's conniption on draft, if you take all of that out and just go, how'd the guy play? Because isn't that what this is about? Take all bias out. How did the guy play? John, he was 41st of 42 qualified quarterbacks in passer rating. He threw 10 interceptions, only 7 touchdowns, and completed 56% of his passes. I'm sorry, take Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Let Aaron Rodgers, if the Swan Song Pro Bowl, like, what? Come on. Shedeur Sanders doesn't belong anywhere near the Pro Bowl. It's insulting to the Pro Bowl, but then you get to the point of, well, maybe this is just what the Pro Bowl is. And at that point, why even have it? Like, I'd stand with you. Just abolish it if this is what we're going to do. Put Geno Smith, who led the league in picks, in the Pro Bowl before I'd put Shedeur Sanders in the Pro Bowl.
At least he led in a category.
Right, he was a statistical leader, we'll call it. I don't understand this at all. Why is he here? Is it simply because of, I don't even know. Like, how would Dion influence this? This doesn't make any sense to me.
I know, he was, 2-3 as a starter, and he, was better than all the other Browns quarterbacks.
Cool.
But, yeah, okay. But still,
sorry, Tim Couch, you're not going to go to the Pro Bowl.
I don't get it, because I do believe Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, even though Justin Herbert had the hand, like, this is the thing is, okay, he had the hand surgery. He still played. I believe he's still in it. Drake May is the one that is obviously not able to play because he's going to be playing in the Super Bowl. So Shedeur Sanders is your replacement.
How about this? I'm going to just look at touchdowns thrown by AFC quarterbacks. So Drake May was number 1. He's not going to play. Number 2 was Trevor Lawrence. Why is he hurt? Why wouldn't he be in the Pro Bowl? Herbert's 3rd if he's dealing with the hand. If Allen's dealing with something, he's 4th. Bo Nix got hurt. He's 5th. Aaron Rodgers. Mahomes is hurt. Lamar. Tua.
Joe Burrow.
Well, yeah, Burrow's a little further down because he missed some time. But yeah, Burrow. I mentioned Geno. I know Danny Dimes can't. CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud would make sense here. I'm still going. How about this one, John? Cam Ward. If you're going to put a rookie from this draft, put Cam Ward, who threw twice as many touchdowns as picks and played well down the stretch. I'm still going. Justin Fields.
Right. And so the ones, I've got a list here about those that are out. And Drake May is out because he's playing in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes out because he's injured.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, he's in, but questionable. Daniel Jones, obviously out. But the next on the list in regards to QBR and yards per game, and I know he was hurt, but Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, CJ Stroud, all able to be in this game. How about this one? Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I mentioned him.
Shedeur Sanders?
How about another one that just got texted in? Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers. Aaron.
248-539-9797. The bizarreness that is Cleveland and now their Pro Bowl quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Talking Red Wing hockey at 7:02, 2 Grand Slam at 7:25. It's 97-1.